What's up everybody? I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Now today we have another really cool video for you. We are going to be using the standard sticky dot starter pack to decorate a light switch panel. So let's go ahead and discuss what we're going to use today to decorate the light switch panel with our sticky dots. First thing you need, a ruler. We're going to use this to measure the dimensions of the light switch panel. Then you're going to use a pencil and a sheet of paper to record the dimensions and also to sketch the shape of the light switch panel. Then you're going to need a sticky dots base. You're going to need an X-Acto knife to cut the sticky dots base into the shape of the panel. And finally, you need your dots blocks to decorate the sticky dots base. So now that we got everything down, let's get started. First things first, we need to measure the dimensions of our light switch panel with our ruler. Remember to use your pencil and paper to record the measurements as you go along. Now today we're going to be taking 6 different measurements. The first 2 are going to be the height and the width of the panel. The next 2 are going to be the height and the width of the switch itself. And the final 2 measurements are going to be the horizontal and the vertical distances between the edge of the panel and the edge of the switch. A couple tips: do not start your measurements at the very edge of the panel. You actually want to start it at the flat surface. You see how it curves over at the top around the border of the panel? Well, the sticky dots base is not going to stick well around those curvatures, so we need to start at the flat part. So we're not starting right here, we're going to start right here, and we're going to end not here, but up here. Same on every single side, alright? So we're going to take our ruler. I'm going to be measuring in centimeters. The height of the panel seems to be about 9 centimeters. You can go ahead and mark that down. Now, here's a trick if you can't fit your ruler in between these little hedges right here, or these ledges, I'm not sure exactly what to call them. Take a piece of paper, anything, it could be a card. This is just a business card that I found lying around the office. You're going to hold it flat against the panel, and you're going to mark where the flat surfaces start, just like that. Make sure they're straight, and then once you're done with that, you can measure the markings on your ruler. Now the markings over here are about 5.5 centimeters, so I already marked that down. Then you're going to do the same thing with the switch itself. Measure the height, then use the paper to measure the width, or not the paper, but the note card or business card, whatever you're using. And then you're going to measure the horizontal distance with the ruler and the vertical distance between the edge of the panel and also the edge of the switch, and then you have all of your measurements. So go ahead and take those measurements, mark them down, and we'll get right back to the next step. The next step is to sketch the shape of our light switch panel. As you can see, I already have 2 different sketches up here. These are 2 different types of switches with different dimensions, so we're not going to worry about that right now. We're going to focus on the light switch that we just got the dimensions for. So, we got the panel, which was 9 by 5.5 centimeters. We have the switch, that's 2 by 0.9 centimeters. We have the horizontal distance between the edge of the panel and the light switch itself, which is 2.3 centimeters. And the vertical distance between the edge of the panel and the switch itself is 3.5 centimeters. So we're going to go ahead and use our ruler to mark down where the endpoints are, and then we're going to draw our lines connecting them. So that's our sketch. The next step is to take our sticky dots base and measure out the dimensions that we need to cut. So if we line this up within the border, within the sketch that we just made, we can use our black dots blocks to mark where we need to cut. So it looks like we can cut on the inside of this line right here. As you can see, it covers the width of the sketch but not the height. So I'm gonna show you how to fix that. First, let's go ahead and cut this down. Alright, that looks just about perfect. Now we can use this extra piece right here to complete the bottom of the light switch panel. So let's go ahead and measure that up. Alright, that looks just about perfect. So we're going to use the ruler to measure the distance between the edge of the panel and the edge of the light switch on the dots base. So the horizontal distance is 2.3 centimeters. So what we're going to do, we're going to measure 2.3 centimeters on the dots base, just like this. About 2.3 centimeters is about right there. So we're going to take our dots blocks and we're going to put a marker right there. Alright? We also want to take a look at our dots pixels just for a good idea of where we're going to be cutting things, how it's going to be centered. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dots pixels from the horizontal. So we also need to mark that on the other side. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to go ahead and put another marker right here. We're going to make those markers all the way down the line. This is what we're going to cut. This is the line we're going to cut out of. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, and that looks good to me. So let's go ahead and start cutting. And that looks just about right. So let's go ahead and start decorating. And there you have it. This is the fully designed sticky dots base for our light switch panel. So let's go ahead and go back to the switch and put this on. We're back at the switch. We're gonna go ahead and take a wet paper towel and go ahead and clean off the surface of the panel. We're gonna take a dry paper towel, dry off the excess moisture. And now, time for our sticky dots design. We're gonna flip it over, easily take off the paper layer. There we go. Now we're going to carefully place it on, just like that. Pat it down nice and firmly. And that is our decorative design for our light switch. As you can see, we got daytime for the light on, nighttime for the light off. I thought that was a cool theme for it, and it works perfectly, just like that. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Can't wait to see you in the next one.